Good morning. It's August 2nd, 2010, right? Well, the other day I thought it was August 8th. I'm not sure why, but I'm being called to do a recording of my everyday life or whatever that comes up. And today I have a visitor.
Hi.
And he doesn't want to be seen in the camera, so we'll just go as we talk anyway. Hi.
Hi. So earlier I asked how you got involved in channeling. When did it start? Has it always been? Have you always known you were a channeler?
Okay, I don't really know where to put myself here. Anyway, as a channel, what do you mean channeling? Like Pleiadian energy,
Yeah. Do you
ascended masters?
do you hear voices, or are they your own voices, your own intuition?
It all comes in I'm very sensitive, so that's the gifts of clairsentience and clairvoyance. So all these clair things, right? I'm not really into words anyway. So I hear some voice, or just like before I started, the day that I went to my Akashic Records teacher, I actually felt an energy scanning my body in my bed. And I heard a voice that says, "You're returning to home." And so I hear voices, and I'm given signs, animals, formations, cloud formations. So when we say, as a channel, I've been doing this since I was like 2 years old. I always talk to angels. I'm very close to the angels realm because when I was 2, I died literally. And then I thought angels were real, like they come to my dreams, and of course they're real. Now that I'm more aware and awake.
Did it started happening after your death experience?
Yes.
Is that?
Yeah, like a 2-year-old. I was out of my body, and I saw my mom carrying me as a child in the hospital. I even saw a tent. It's kind of like an oxygen tent, and I'm not sure. That's probably it happened in 1965. And I saw a French white door in the hallway of the hospitals, and my 2 brothers were running. So I always ask my mom, I saw this, and she says, "How do you remember? You're 2 years old, right?" So I believe it's a cellular memory, or it's cellular consciousness.
Did you see any beings?
I'd seen beings at 9 years old. I saw ghosts, my cousin and my grandmother. My father, I always ask questions. Like when I was a child, I was a very inquisitive girl. And I always ask my mom and my dad, why don't I have grandparents? So that night, I slept with that question. And probably in the middle of the night, I woke up and I saw an old lady with her hair long, and she's dressed like the old times, the Spanish times. And she was sitting beside my dad and was holding, caressing him and loving. And she smiled at me, and I said, "Who was that?" But obviously it's a ghost, because it's it's like a spirit. There's no body, but I could see the formations. My eyes were open. So when I woke up, I told my dad, and he said to me, "Describe her." So I described her, very fair skin, and my father said, "Oh, that's my mom." So he confirmed to me, "You saw my mom." So I felt really good, like, oh, that's so cool. And that's a confirmation for me, because that means I'm doing well, right? Like, and as a child, I'm prophesying. like I was studying palmistry, numerology, all these OGs or something like that, and I was just like 9 years old,
Hmm.
and I was reading palms of my family members, friends, but also like I'm very I like to master things. I was always an A student, valedictorian. Like I thought I would be a doctor. You know, I've always dreamt of healing, and I wanted to be a cardiologist. And it's funny because what happened is I recognize uh, I'm actually doing the healing of the heart in energy. You know what I mean? Like energy healing, heart healing of the soul. And it's not the medical healing doctors, right? Cardiology. I wanted to open hearts and, surgeon. But now that I'm at this age, I've realized it's not the healing of the heart per se. It's not the organ. It's the soul. It's the heart's energy that I mean.
Um, when did you first know that you're channeling the Pleiadians?
The Pleiadians. I didn't even have a name for it. When I was a little girl, again, it's all coming back as a child. Basically, my inner child didn't really stop growing. I'm always a child. I see things as a child, actually. So when I was a child, I always sat by the bay window, like this window. Every night, I had to see the stars. I had to look at the stars. In the Philippines, where I grew up, I stayed there for 17 years. We have beautiful constellations, right? Like it was always sunny. There's only 2 months of rain. So I make sure I watch the stars. I stargaze every night. And I know that I don't belong here, that I am from there. And I wish three things in that starry night all the time for my parents' long lives, that they will be happy and I will be happy. Those three simple wishes that I made, and it all happened. Like my parents, my father passed away this February. He was 90, and my mom passed away when she was 80. They were happy. They were together for 64 years, through hell and and I'm always happy. Every day I wake up with a joyful mind within all this confusion and chaos that we face as a human being. I find myself grateful. So the channeling the Pleiades, those are the Pleiades,
Mm-hmm.
isn't it? Isn't that amazing? And I've always known that I'm a star. One time I went to Disneyland, I think, or Universal Studio when I was a teenager, and this guy drew a picture of me and he put "A Star Is Born," and that really clicks, and I wanted to be an actress, but my mom, didn't want me to be an actress, and I just knew I was from the stars.
You,
Yeah.
you feel when you were younger that you were different?
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew I was different. I knew I was connected. I knew I was, I have this intelligent mind. But I was not guided toward any, My mom is very down to earth. She was a chef. We own a restaurant, and I grew up with big family, right? 10 children, and I'm the baby, so I was like spoiled, and I was always the star. I was always dancing, singing for my family members. Beautiful life, yeah. But spiritually, I was always hearing voices, and there was a period in my life that when I was a teenager, actually that was the chaos. And I guess we have to stop. It's 10
Ah.
minutes. Okay. We'll have part 2. Bye.
You can only do 10 minutes at a time.
Yeah, 10 minutes at a time. Let's see if it works. If it's meant, it will work. I hate talking about myself.
Yeah, if I get a nice camera, we can find a camera.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, drop it.
Uh-oh.
Hello, can you hear us?
That's the old one.
The
isn't it?
amateurs.